Leave something to remember so they won't forget I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I've done everything that more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so
If you give a little more than you take, and if you try to fix more than you break, if you
Thanks for coming, everybody. I'm going to try to do this. I knew I wanted to speak today, but I struggled with what to say, and even if I could get through this without crying too much. I didn't know where to start. There are so many beautiful things I wanted to say about Jessica, my baby sister. I thought, how could I conceivably communicate what a wonderful person Jess was? How could I explain the kindness in her heart, the contagiousness of her joy, or the depth of her love? How could I ever be able to sum up her beautiful life in the short few moments I have in front of you today? It's just that she was so remarkable to me. We were very similar in character and spirit, and we often called each other twins. So today I want to try to tell you how much she meant to me. Jessica Leonora Abigail Berkel. I plan to speak her name very often into the wind. There is something that she found to love in all of us. She was always bright and colorful, creative, vibrant, and full of life. She was outspoken about her opinions and her causes, but she was never a bully. She was never a bully or a coward. She was always a truth teller to me. She was kind with her words, never with meanness or malice, and always generous with her grace and her time. As children, we were practically joined at the hips, but we grew up and we grew apart, as most siblings do. We had our own set of friends and our own set of goals for our lives, but that still didn't change the fact that we were sisters and we were extremely close. There was nothing that I wouldn't do for her or that she wouldn't do for me. We always protected each other and were each other's cheerleaders up to her very last moment. From the beginning of August 2021 until the day she died, she faced the worst thing any person could ever face. She looked death in the eye, and it never let up on her. It was relentless, wheedling its way into her life, but she dealt with that with absolute poise and composure. How she managed to control her fear is truly beyond me. My guilt that my sister, who I was supposed to protect my whole life, would be lying there at night while the world slept, knowing that her drugs weren't working and her cancer was killing her. That destroys me. That's why I made her and myself a promise to go through this with her to the very end. Oh, how she loved us. She accepted us for who we are, flaws and all. She included us in her life with her presence, with her love and encouragement. She empathized with struggles, and she let us empathize with hers. Words cannot describe how much I will miss her. I feel like we still had so much left to teach one another, to give to one another, to share with one another. I feel like something inside of me, because of this experience, is broken, and it will never be fixed. I am afraid to enter this new year not touched by her, moving further and further away from the last time I held her hand and the last time we talked. But she and I both believed that love is the currency of life, And in the end, love is what matters and what is remembered. It is love that connects us to one another and to the world around us in this life and beyond. I want to thank everybody for loving her so much, and thanks for coming today. And if you want to give a tribute, feel free.
I don't think I can let this opportunity pass without making a tribute. I can recall, and the tribute will be a little different to what her sister talked about. I would like to talk about their parents here and Jessica's boys. Jessica and I were always very close. But what brought us closer together was the children, the boys. I can recall in the 70s, I went to Barbuda on a holiday. And when I came back, I stayed with my sister in Antigua for the night. I called my brother-in-law, my sister in St. Lucia, and when I called her, my brother-in-law picked up the phone, and he said he knew that I was in the area, because each time I get in the area, I would always end up in St. Lucia and come home. He said to me, "You come in?" I said, "No, I'm not coming." He didn't believe me because most times I play that trick on them, that I would say no, but I would appear. But that time I really did not plan to go to St. Lucia. I came down to St. Martin on the Thursday. I slept the night, and the Friday morning I called home to let them know I'll be coming home. My niece Delris picked up the phone at that time, and she said to me, "You hear the news?" I said, "No." She said, "Daddy Bryce passed," which was my brother-in-law. I said, "What you telling me?" She said, "And the others, they're getting ready to come to St. Martin to catch a flight to go to St. Lucia." Now, I'm saying all that to say this. When I left from home, now to go to get my ticket, I pick up on the news that my cousin died. And that was Jessica's father. I rushed to the hospital before I can leave to go to St. Lucia just to see for myself. And there he was. Now, his children was very small. And I can see them as little girls. So I went to St. Lucia the Friday evening. I was the first from the family to get there. And I attended the funeral there, but I could not attend the funeral in St. Martin because the funeral passed while we were away. But I say that to say all this, that their father left them small. Here Jessica has 4 boys, and I'm not calling them boys, young men, for they add to the stage Justice, Hunter, Seek. They add to the stage where they can understand and know what life is all about. And so therefore, your daddy, nor your mommy don't have to struggle with you. Your grandmother had to struggle with these other children, that little children that she had. But your mother, it's sad to lose your mom. But I'm saying this, that you are grown enough that you can study for yourself, you can balance out yourself, and face this difficult age that we are living in. I want to wish you all God's blessing, because these boys is like my boys. They all passed through school under me. And I had a close contact with the parents. And I had and still have a close contact with the boys. I want to wish you all God's blessing. Live right. Stay healthy. Anything that you feel will be detrimental to you, run from it. And the Lord will bless you. I want to sympathize at this time with all the family, because we know what we had. And so therefore, these are my words of encouragement to each and every one of you, and especially the boys. God bless you.
Good afternoon to all who came to help us celebrate my sister's passing. She isn't in pain anymore. I'd like to send you all some condolences from people who couldn't be here, but who held her close to her hand. These are condolences on behalf of the Saber Conservation Foundation board and staff. They said we would like to extend our heartfelt condolences to the family and friends of our colleague Jessica Berkel. Dear Napa family, the board members and office workers of the Prince Bernhard Cultuurfonds Caribisch Gebied are sad to hear about the passing away of your colleague and our board member, Jessica Berkel. May the Almighty console you all. Condolences to family, Jessica's family and friends, Secretary of the Prince Bernhard Cultuurfonds. Another friend, dear Linda, my name is John de Freitas, and I am the Secretary of the Board of the Prince Bernhard Cultuurfonds. I was shocked by the passing away of Jessica, as we still had hopes of she becoming better, knowing her mental strength. I have been a member of the PBCG for over 8 years now, and I must say that we were very satisfied with the contributions that Jessica was giving. We will miss her a lot. And reading a newspaper article announcing her passing away and activities, she was active, but I am sure the entire family and Stacia will dearly miss her. I pray for strength to deal with this unexpected development in your life. Sincerely, John de Freitas, Curaçao.
Good afternoon to one and all. It is with great sadness that I stand here this afternoon. When Miss Berkel over there, Miss Jane Berkel, asked me to sing, I questioned, what song should I sing, or what would I sing? And then she replied that Jessica had a song that she liked so much. On the 26th of August, 2021, Jessica sent the following message to her mother from her hospital bed in Curaçao. From her hospital bed, she wanted to explain why she loved this particular song. The message read, "The song It Is Well With My Soul was written by a successful Christian lawyer, Horatio Spafford. His only son died at age 4 in 1871. In 1872, the Great Chicago Fire wiped out his vast estate, made from a successful legal career. In 1873, he sent his wife and 4 daughters over to Europe on a summer trip on the ill-fated SS Ville du Havre. Since he had a lot of work to do, he planned to follow them later. The ship sank and he lost his 4 daughters, with the wife being the only survivor. She sent him a famous telegram which simply read, "Saved alone." On his return home, his law firm was burned down and the insurance company refused to pay him. They said it's an act of God. He had no money to pay for his house and no work. He also lost his house. Then, while sitting and thinking what's happening to him, being a spiritual person, he wrote a song. "Whatever, my Lord," he said, "you have taught me to say, it is well with my soul." So today, I would like to sing that beautiful hymn, "When peace like a river attended my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll. Whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul." When peace like a river attended my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. It is well. with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul. Though Satan should buff, though trials should come, let this blessed assurance control that Christ has regarded my helpless estate and had shed his own blood for my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul. My sin, oh, the bliss of this glorious thought. My sin not in part but in whole is nailed to that cross, and I bear it no more. Praise the Lord, praise my God, oh my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul. And Lord, haste the day when my faith shall be sight. Those clouds be rolled back as a scroll. The trump shall resound, and the Lord shall descend. Even so, it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. Yes, it is well, it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul.
Good afternoon, everyone. I stand before you on behalf of my sisters, the Canegita sisters, that are in St. Martin, in memory of Daph, Marcel, and so many others that have gone before. My first interaction with this family was through Daddy Paul, 10 o'clock in the night, I had to be taken to him to get my sprained ankle fixed. Later on, it was a connection. Well, we always had the connection with Daph and Glenda. Daph and Glenda lived with my mom in St. Martin as single parents trying to forge their way through life to prepare for their children and their offspring. I recall the passing of the late grandfather of Justice Hunter, Zeke, and I'm forgetting one other name. Right. I'm a little bit hesitant right now, but I feel impressed to speak. Because as a health educator, I gravitated to these boys 3 weeks ago. I first met them in 2018 at a family gathering, but they were with their playmates, and we really did not get to know each other. But I knew Jessica. I did not know her. I didn't have a close rapport with her, but I knew she was family. She was on my Facebook. I knew the Erlin as family. I knew Clinton and his siblings as family, because as children, we were taught and introduced to who our family is, and to build a rapport with them. So when I met these two young men, Justice and Hunter, 3 weeks ago, I quickly gravitated to them, feeling their pain because they were losing their mom. You see, I watched my mother die. I was called from California, arrived on a Sunday. Daph came to spend 2 days with my mom as she was laying in her bed. The Sunday I arrived, and by the Wednesday, I watched my mom draw her last breath. So I felt the pain for these 4 boys. And I've been trying to encourage them as a health educator. I'm not a psychiatrist. I am not a psychologist. But I do my best in imparting wisdom of how to make it through day by day. Now, there are 7 stages of grief. And these stages can take a lifetime for some people. And for some, it's not really a big deal. But there are phases that all of us and everyone here I know have experienced death of a close relative, a close friend. And there's certain behaviors that we express because we have not gotten over the grief. There are sibling rivalries that linger because they did not know how to handle the grief. There are frictions in communities because they did not know how to handle grief and are still trying to figure things out. Now, you 4 boys have had a chance to be around your mom in her last days, and it must have been quite a challenge. Xavier's put all his effort into making his mom's dream come true, and that alone can be a lingering, embedded struggle because it was not accomplished. But you see, time is not in our hands. Time is not in our control. I'm looking for the information that I had here. Okay, I got it. The stages of grief, that you might behave a certain way and you're trying to figure out what happened. And I'm speaking to you because I've gone through the same experience, and it's only several years later I realized that it's because I was subconsciously grieving. In March 2006, I lost my aunt who raised me. 3 months later, on the same date, the 28th, I lost my mom. I watched my aunt pass away. I watched my mom pass away. That was 6 weeks apart, but I still continued to forge ahead. While I was experiencing personal challenges, I had to go back to California and try to deal with things, not being close to my siblings, nor close to my dad, who was still around. These are the 7 stages of grief that you may encounter or you may not encounter. But when you do experience, recognize it. This is information from Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, a renowned psychiatrist who developed the 5 stages of grief theory. The process involved when dealing with a death. The acronym is DABDA, D-A-B-D-A, DABDA. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Shock and denial. This is a state of disbelief and numbed feelings. Number 2, you might experience pain and guilt. Number 3, you might experience anger and bargaining. Number 4, you might go through the stages of depression. Number 5, the upward turn. You're trying to move on, but things pull you back. Life pulls you back. The other is reconstruction and working through things. And the final one is acceptance and hope. I'll speak a little about the last one of acceptance and hope. You had several weeks to be here, and that might have given you the time to accept the fact that your mom was going. The hope is that knowing the love she had for you, the care for you, she had for you, your dad, who has been through major struggles of his own, is still here to be a support to you. And that is an encouragement and a source. Most men are not talkers, they don't express their feelings. But having your dad around would be a good source for you to bond with your dad and understand each other and understand the struggles and forge ahead and fight your way through in the upcoming days. And I wish for you the best. Take it 1 minute at a time because it's a struggle. And to the rest of the family, I express my condolences. The friends that are here, I express my condolences and wish you the best.
Good afternoon, everyone. Zavers, Zeke, Hunter, Justice. Before coming here today, I thought about what else I could say about Jessica that was not already said or shared in the days leading up to her passing and ever since. We have all seen this woman live and work among us, and the question is, how many of us have ever stood still to truly understand her life, her work, and the things that she stood for? Jessica started her career as a graphic designer. A graphic designer is an artist, and later became a conservationist. What do artists and nature conservationists have in common? As an artist, Jessica often included nature in her work, and we can see the display on the walls around Statia as part of her work in Statia Pride. And the display of the beauty of the natural world around her, and she helped to open our minds to the idea about our own connection to nature and beyond. So it was only natural when she became involved with Stinapa. She automatically became one of the few voices that Statia's nature needed. Along with her Stinapa colleagues, local and international volunteers, Jessica worked to protect and manage our local environment, including the marine environment, the coastal areas, as well as the Quill and the Boven National Parks. Memories of Jessica forever etched in my mind will be of her with a paintbrush in her hand. That was in the earlier years. And later on, digging in Statia's black volcanic sand annually during the Stinapa turtle monitoring season at Zeelandia Beach. And I'm sure you are watching the monitor and you would have seen the many moments recorded of her doing this important work. I also remember her as a founding member of Statia Pride Foundation, planting trees, building benches, painting homes for seniors together with her neighbor and friend Pamela Berkel, her sister Jacqueline, and other volunteers. Our paths crossed especially the past 10 years when she guided and lectured high-level delegations of Dutch government. Jessica used every single opportunity to highlight the poor state of Statia's nature, and mainly to highlight the urgency that something must be done. Whether she was a moderator, a panelist, or just someone sitting in the public during town hall meetings, she sought to bring awareness to locals about the state of Statia's nature and the urgent need to address solutions. It is unfortunate that it is always at the end of their earthly journey we begin to realize the true value of people and their contributions. The moment I heard that she had taken her final breath, two questions quickly came to mind. Who will walk in her footsteps? And who will take her place? Jessica was Statia's own homegrown conservationist. For her, conservation was far more than just a way of earning a living. It was a passion, it was a calling, it was life, the same way that art is life. The past 2 years in my capacity as Deputy Government Commissioner and now Government Commissioner, I have sat many times in meetings with Eric Bowman, Marnix van Rij, Anthony Reed, Maldwin Timber, and Jessica. From meetings with farmers and fishermen, government officials here on Statia, and those visiting from The Hague, I saw how passionate she was. I saw her become a bit impatient. At times, I sensed her frustration because she felt it was taking way too long. She felt that each day more and more damage is caused to the natural environment due to roaming animals and the cutting of trees which cause erosion. She became impatient because too many stations still do not understand that to do nothing about protecting the environment is no longer an option. It is a must. I am pleased to share that several efforts are ongoing aimed at protecting Stacia's environment and hopefully, in the long run, put a stop to erosion. These include the cliff protection at Fort Urania, which was reforested by STINAPA in cooperation with the local government. The reforestation program, also a collaboration with STINAPA, the construction of water catchments and ponds to maintain water on the land, the construction of our roads. As you see, the way they are being built now, they try to stop as much water from running towards the sea, which then causes silt to get on top of the reefs and damage the reefs, which in turn damage the potential for diving. And of course, diving is an important aspect of our tourism product. Other efforts include the renewal of the harbor ordinance and the nature policy. And the question is it enough? No. There's much more that we can and must do as Stacia. Looking around our island, there are not enough persons involved in nature conservation, neither in history, culture, and heritage. We have failed to produce historians, biologists, anthropologists, archaeologists, scientists, and of course, people like Jessica, who are very much in tune with conserving nature. The void Jessica's death has created in the lives of all who know and loved her also echoes in the deep void that has been created in nature conservation on St. Eustatius. Stacia is in need of more Jessica Berkels. It is important that we make work of creating a cadre of professionals to remove the current deficit. To the young station boy and girl listening now, your island needs you. I encourage you to follow internships at STINAPA and organizations such as the CSNI and the Historical Foundation. Familiarize yourselves with the important work that we must do as an island. I encourage you to follow in the footsteps of Jessica Berkel. Whosoever walk in Jessica Berkel's footsteps, whosoever may take her place, may you be as passionate and as dedicated as she was. Today, on behalf of the public entity of St. Eustatius, I would like to express profound condolences to her mother, Marcel. Erlyn, you're there? Her 4 children, Zeke, Zavers, Justice, and Hunter. You see the unique names that Jessica and Humphrey gave their children, very unique. And also to her partner with whom she bore these 4 promising young men, and I say particularly so because the child that I know the most is Zeke. And in the last weeks, I spoke a lot with him, and I encouraged him and told him how proud I am of the man that he is becoming, and he was quite shocked. And I said to him, you don't need to be shocked, Zeke. You're doing, Zavers, you're doing fine. And when people give you such a great compliment, just accept it and continue to do the great things that you're doing. So on behalf of my godson, who's not here, who's also Zavers' best friend, his condolences, that is Genario Peters. I want to also express condolences to the aunts and uncles, cousins, friends, and colleagues. And the 4 children of Jessica, if you did not know it, and I believe you knew it, and you know it today more than ever, your mother was a remarkable woman. May her memories live on in each of you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm just here to say a poem from my mom to Justice Xavier's Hunter and Zeke, as she believed this is how Jessica would feel. She loved her boys, but she was a realist. And she would want them to go on and carry on in the best way, upholding all that she taught them. She was a perfect example for them, always giving herself to others, and wonderful memories will go on in all of us. Thank you for sharing this day with us, because we all loved her. But she is free, and she is out of pain, and we miss her. And our poem goes as follows. Let me go. When I come to the end of the road, and the sun has set for me, I want no rights in a gloom-filled room. Why cry for a soul that is set free? Miss me a little, but not for long, and not with your head bowed low. Remember the love we once shared. Miss me, but let me go. For this is a journey we all must take, and each must go alone. It's all a part of a master plan, a step on the road to go home. When you are lonely and sick at heart, go to the friends that we know. Laugh at all the things we used to do. Miss me, but let me go.
Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. My condolences to everyone also. It's a loss for the whole of Statia, honestly. And if you're a fan of softball on Statia, and you were there when the Thunders were playing, you'd probably know who my mother was. She's the loudest one there. Exactly. She was gifted this trophy on behalf of the team, and I know for sure, we all know that she'd like to hand it over. On behalf of me and my brothers, we found a song that says a lot, and that's what I want to tribute at this moment. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to talk. Yeah. The song is Boys to Men, the Mama song.
Mama, you're the queen of my from the start. Mama, I just want you to know, loving you is like food to my soul. Yes it is, yes it is. Oh, yes it is, yes it is, yes it is. Oh, you're always down for me, have always been around for me, even when I was bad. You showed me right from my wrong. Yes, you did. And you took up for me when everyone was down on me. You always did understand. You gave me strength to go on. There were so many times looking back when I was so afraid. And then you come to me and say to me, I could face anything. And no one else can do what you've done for me. You'll always be, you will always be the girl in my life. Ooh, oh, mama, mama, you know I love you. You know I love you. You know I love you, mama. Mama, you're the queen of my heart. Your love is like tears from the start. Like tears from the start. Mama, I just want you to know. I just want you to know. Loving you is like food to my soul. Never gonna go a day without you. Fills me up just thinking about you. I'll never go a day without my mama. You know, mama, you know I love you. Mama, you're the queen of my heart.
I would like you guys to enjoy a video that me and Jessica made together in October as a tribute to her life. She was very, I think, privileged that she could do this. Not many of us will be able to do this. So here's a video that we made about her life.
Going to the river, 'cause down by the riverside, the wind softly whispers, it's good to be alive. Waiting for the sunrise, here at the crack of dawn, underneath the red sky, the mist is almost gone. My eyes wide open, I found some room to breathe. Gazing at the water, I don't need any sleep. Gone all the trouble, there's nothing I need. You're down by the water, I still believe we were born free. We were born free.
Today is World Environment Day, so what better day then to bring in Jessica Berkel from Stenepa, and she's going to be talking all about the importance of marine parks on our environment. So Jessica, if I could hand over to you, if you could talk to me a little bit about yourself and how you got involved in conservation.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jessica Berkel. I am the Marine Park Manager for the St. Eustatius National Parks Foundation on St. Eustatius, Dutch Caribbean. I've been in conservation now, my gosh, for about just over 25 years, so I'm an old hand. I went to Holland to study, something completely different, of course, but while I was there, I was a member of Greenpeace, so I was just really into nature and not leaving a footprint on the environment. So when I came back to Statia, I realized there was a national park organization here, so I joined right away.
Give me fire, give me freedom, holding on, letting go. Give me life, give me meaning. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Give me fire, give me freedom, holding on, letting go. Give me life, give me meaning. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Eyes wide open, I found some room to breathe. Gazing at the water, I still believe we were born free.
Hello. Quick announcement. If anyone out there in the crowd would like to come and see us one last time, we're about to close the coffin very soon. Thank you.
I that meant something that I left behind. When I leave this world, I'll leave no regrets. Leave something to remember so they won't forget I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone will know I was here. I wanna say I live each day until I die, and know that I meant something in somebody's life. The hearts I have touched will be the proof that I leave, that I made a difference, and this world will see I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone will know I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone will know I was here. I just want them to know that I gave my all, did my best, brought someone some happiness, left this world a little better just because I was here.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah. If you give a little more than you take, and if you try to fix more than you break, if you're the kind who takes the time to help a stranger in the rain, there's a place for people like you. If you stand up for those down on their knees and lend a voice to those who cannot speak, if you shine a little light, give sight to the ones who've lost their way, there's a place for people like you. I've heard up there the streets are made of gold.
The family is asking that they are leaving now for the cemetery, and they are asking your cooperation to follow them to the end of the journey. Thank you. They are getting ready now to leave the cemetery.
If you walk around with your heart on your sleeve, and if you're trying to be the change you wanna see,
Okay, boys.
if you lay down your life for love so someone
boys.
could be saved, there's a place for people like you. I've heard up there the streets are made of gold, and when you get there, there's a hand to hold. I believe when your days down here are through, there's a place out there for people like you. I've heard up there the streets are made of gold, and when you get there, there's a hand to hold. I believe when your days down here are through, yeah, there's a place up there for people like you. I know you're out there, so keep doing what you do, 'cause there's a place up there for people like you. Yeah. If you give a little more than you take, and if you try to fix more than you break, if you're the kind who takes the time to help a stranger in the rain, there's a place for people like you. If you stand up for those down on their knees, and lend a voice to those who cannot speak, if you shine a little light, give sight to the ones who've lost their way, there's a place for people like you. I've heard up there the streets are made of gold, and when you get there, there's a hand to hold. I believe when your days down here are through, there's a place up there for people like you. If you walk around with your heart on your sleeve, and if you're trying to be the change you wanna see, if you lay down your life for love so someone could be saved, there's a place for people like you. I've heard up there the streets are made of gold, and when you get there, there's a hand to hold. I believe when your days down here are through, there's a place up there for people So keep doing what you do, 'cause there's a place up there for people like you. Hold on.
I wanna leave my footprints on the sands of time. Know there was something bad and something that I left behind.